Hello, it's your boy from 1996. I'm in an episode of Low Standards. Low Standards. I kind of forgot my spooky voice there for a second. In this episode, we'll be tackling the multiplayer arena fighter, which is, of course, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I have the actual game somewhere, but I have absolutely no idea where I put it this time. I consistently keep losing my working copy of the game. I'll eventually find it one day, but I have no clue where it is. For now, I'll have to do emulation because, you know, it's the best I can work with. But I can prove that I at least had the game prior, because I have a save in my old one of my GameCube memory cards. Yeah, we'll be playing through mainly the story mode of the game because it's basically just, you know, arcade mode in a sense. But your character's different depending on who you're fighting against. Let's see, who should I go with first? I'm gonna go with Dracula because he's one of my favorite characters in the show. The character I played a lot as a kid was Jack, which I probably should play first because, you know, given that we're in the month of October, I'm already in October.
I don't understand mortals. Always punching and kicking each other.
Help, no!
The punching and kicking I get. I just don't understand the big glowing balls of supernatural energy.
The story's pretty simple in this game.
This is one of me mojo balls. Why isn't it in me chest?
Your trunk is empty! Just like my heart!
Somebody must have broken into my trunk and let all of me mojo out.
It's okay! Just fill up the space with potpourri! That's what I did with my heart!
You don't understand.
And he's still alive. And yet it's a cartoon show.
Magical power.
I was surprised the show runs specifically on Cartoon Network, considering all the, you know, hellish imagery it shows. Though not super hellish, it's at least, you know, like, demonic in a sense. But whatever, I was fine growing up with it. What's not gonna hear? Sound like a bridge go to date. I love the quotes in this game. But I love Dracula in this game so much. Plus, I think he's a balanced character. There actually is a tier list for characters in this game, which is just weird beyond belief. Well, obviously, whatever. People get to do what they want. But this is a 3D arena fighting game, kind of similar to, like, say, Power Stone or Barbarians, which I've done on the channel near the start of the channel. I'm gonna use this giant bone. I missed. Ow. I think this game was released both on the Wii and GameCube, and both selections would allow you to use the GameCube controller. However, I'm just going to play the GameCube one because it's the one I'm mostly familiar with. I never got the Wii copy because I didn't have a Wii at the time. But just getting this game on the GameCube itself seems more efficient. Yeah, each character has a specific quote depending on which character they defeat and specifics. What's interesting about the game is one of the characters, which is Delgado, some of his quotes accidentally got programmed with a different character. So you might hear a different line that was meant for a different character. Like when he defeats Boogie, he says, remember Erwin, chicks dig stars. That's clearly not the quote for Boogeyman, because he's not Erwin. The weapons in this game are pretty fun and have certain effects. The bones easily knock an opponent unconscious, which makes you hit him more with the bone. The frog wand, the magic wand turns into a frog, which is supposed to be a reference to the frog wizard. This is the Dumbledore, basically just the Nigel Planter saga of episodes, which is supposed to be a parody to Harry Potter. Magically did an episode like in current Harry Potter standards. Oh man, that'd be funny, but also controversial in a sense. Regardless, though. The game's really fun. Played it a lot with my siblings and my cousin a lot. Oh, I missed. There's also a lot of variety of stages too. This is like, it's interesting how the game that this series particularly gets is a arena brawler. Meanwhile, most of the other games Cartoon Network characters had at the time during the early 2000s were all platformers. Which is, I believe, the only game to specifically get a arena fighter. But again, its characters are very memorable and very chaotic, and plus with the chaotic of the cartoon itself, I guess it would just make sense to make it to a brawler rather than a platformer. But again, I think some other games are already platformers. The interesting to this game is that this game has different stages depending on the situation. Eventually the stage will change, and thus you get a different stage variety. You can also just play this in multiplayer where you can just get into that particular portion of the stage. Each stage has at least one or two transitions, except for the Gladiator Arena stage they have at the end. Oh fuck. So oh yeah, by the way, the announcer of this game for the character select and just most of the effects is Weird Al Yankovic. Interestingly enough, this game has an interesting. Oh, well, I was guessing Nurgle's gonna take over. Nurgle Jr. Okay, never mind. Oh. Yeah, you have your weak attacks, your heavy attacks to basically knock the opponent off into walls or arenas. And you have a little green bar, which also becomes purple if you collect enough mojo balls, which allows you to use your super.
Victory! Orange team wins!
Ha! Dracula gonna keep winning all day long.
But, what else is going to say? Yeah, the special meter mostly applies to itself whenever you collect enough mojo balls. The first, the green meter, when it's full, like all the way full, will use like just a set of attacks from the character, even shows attacks they don't actually use. And the purple bar will affect every character and instantly give KO to all of them, rather than just one KO, bringing on a singular opponent. Interesting fact about this game in particular, Jack was in the Halloween special was originally voiced by Wayne Knight, aka the person who plays Mr. Blinks in Cat Scratch, and is mostly known for his role as Nedley in Jurassic Park, or I don't know what his name was in the original Space Jam film. So instead, Jack in this game was played by Maurice Larchelle, aka the Brain from Animaniacs. I didn't know that growing up, but now I know. Most of the weapons in this game are mostly based off of things that have been shown in the appeared in the cartoon. There's the vampire sword, which I think is actually an original, but I think it would have had something in the show in specifics. The vampire sword allows you to steal life bar from your enemy if you slash them with it. This game is basically like Billy and Mandy Smash Brothers until they eventually became playable characters in that Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion game. But I prefer this over that. That's a blatant clone. This one's clearly a more fun clone. I missed. Certain transitions will also apply when you're defeating certain enemies. Pumpkins, go bite your head off! I'm gonna go try getting at least enough mojo balls to show off the special that Dracula has, because his special I believe is one of my favorites out of all the game. However, the character, now that I think of it, the character I played the most, besides Jack and Dracula, was Burger. Mostly because I like how dumb he was when I was a kid. You know, as I've now known the horrors that he's just too annoying because of the bumpers. The bumpers he had, specifically in the era of Cartoon Network where they no longer use the city bumpers. Ouch. But yeah, if you just straight out the pillars, you get to the next transition of the stage. It's going into the afterlife area of Valhalla. Ouch. Certain stage hazards will appear depending on affecting the stage entirely. Like for instance, these bones here. Also, if you notice in the background, it's I forgot what the bear's name was, but it's the bear and Brain from Evil Con Carne. Alright, here we go. Here's a special. Smooth moves. I like this old 70s old man approach of Dracula. It's like one of my favorite portrayals of the Vampire King. In terms of like humorous portrayals. Basically, the only one I can think of is Dracula from the Hotel Transylvania films, particularly just the first one. Ow! Which is ironically enough made by a Cartoon Network artist, aka Gendy Tarkovsky. Oh, I didn't have enough to use my regular special. Oh yeah, throughout the entirety of the game, you will eventually find put-in encounters. Also in the game, certain enemies will spawn in, depending on what stage you're currently in. And specifically in this stage, it'll be the Vikings. From the episode where Billy switches places with Thor and goes to Valhalla. Also, characters will sometimes say a quote when they're on a turret weapon, or just any weapon, a turret weapon in specifics. Ow! Right, let's go ahead and try getting our mojo ball in order to get the other meteor.
Spicy hot!
Oh yeah, the fire is also very contagious power you can use against enemies and like your opponents.
Spicy hot!
Interesting fact. There we go. That's not the fact. But some of the enemies you can actually play as, but you have to unlock pretty much every character in order to get to them immediately. As in, like, not only you have to beat, you have to play every character. Oops. But you also have to specifically beat every story mode to unlock a set of these characters. There's only one enemy character you can unlock specifically without having to unlock all the roster. And that's the clown enemies. This one is actually a different clown, because I don't think I've seen this clown as an enemy in the areas they appear in. Which is interesting because there's a clown there that uses the same body attack type.
What's up with him?
He was part of that last fight.
He wasn't. The story mode mostly feels more like grounded if you play the game, particularly with any of the four main characters of the roster, which is of course Billy, Mandy, Grimm, and Erwin, because they usually are the centerfolds of the cutscenes.
Why Dracula here?
If you play any other character, most of the cutscenes are in incoherent order.
I think I'll take this opportunity to scare you to pieces.
I don't like mixing business with
Pleasure, but I'm really going to enjoy this.
3, 2,
The show is so funny. It's one of those shows I'm surprised I was exposed to at a younger age, or just a fan base in general. But I can see its appeal because I clearly know that I had the appeal after buying the game. This game was kind of annoying for me and my cousin unlocking all the characters, and certain missions were kind of bullshit. The mission mode is very similar to, like, say, the event mode from Smash Bros. Melee, except more tedious if you're not smart. Most of the characters are usually unlocked through near the end of each of the set of missions, except for only 2 characters that are unlocked via halfway through certain areas, a certain mission in the midway point of 2 of the sets of missions. Which you have the mind control gun, which you can use to control your opponents, like say push them off a cliff.
Dracula always fighting a boogie. Boogie never go away.
Dracula always fighting a boogie. Boogie never go away. The quotes in this game is so fucking good. They pretty much have like nearly every character that's playable besides only a few characters, which is Mindy and Spurg. Which you expect Spurger to be a playable character, considering he's the bully character that usually fights Billy or Erwin half of the time in the episodes when it comes to an episode revolving around their school. Oops, looks like you've been frozen. Oops, I missed. Well, there goes Grimm. No enemy appears in this particular stage.
Smells good.
Something cooking! Smells good! Alright, there's Grimm. Alright, Eris took care of Boogie. Or, you know, never mind, he grabbed her. Why does Boogie have more health? Like, oh wait, no, Grimm was the only one who had less health when that before the stage transition. I also like how Professor, I kind of forgot his name, the frog character. We talked about this, like, literally in the first level. I still don't remember his name. Toadblatt, there we go. His portraits are, like, terrified because of the stage transition. Let's see here. Oh my god, they're getting on me because Eris is dead. Up! Yeah! Ow! This game is so good. The funniest thing about the game, and specifically when it comes to, like, say, Weird Al's narration, is that if Erwin wins, Bang! When Erwin wins, Weird Al is just surprised, because, you know, Erwin's like the butt-end joke of being the most notable loser of the entirety of the series. Which is interesting, because his lore in the show is so interesting to say the least. His mother is a mummy, and in a later episode, I think during the final season, that they confirmed by the end of an episode with Dracula that he's the grandfather of Erwin and his family. I think particularly when the episodes, I really wish the Underfist spin-off could actually go far rather than just the movie and that's it. In fact, certain concept art for both Underfist and the Big Boogie's Adventure are actually used in this game. In fact, a lot of the costumes are actually referencing that particular movie, and this came out before the movie came out.
Dracula's gonna keep winning all day long.
What was I gonna say again now? I actually keep forgetting. I'm so off track. The experimental chicken episode. Let's end with Fifth Burger against Mandy and General Scar. The game is so fun to play. But yeah,
Why Dracula here?
Three.
Why Dracula here?
One. Fight.
I actually found out that there's, in fact, Phil Lamar voices Dracula, which you can definitely tell from his voice. Ooh, I'll take this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Ouch. I remember, in terms of episodes, I remember the crossover episode they have of Kids Next Door. It's pretty interesting seeing those particular art styles being mixed in together, and just how chaotic it can actually be, especially considering how the way Mandy treats the Kids Next Door is pretty funny, how she controls it, but hates the fact that they exist as a world domination scheme, but they exist as for stupid reasons, and that's why she takes over it. Let's see here. Oh, Pandora's box. Take that. That's a friendly fire weapon because, you know, it's explosive. Ow. Oh, there's the remote control slug, which I don't actually remember which episode that was. I may have watched the series, but I don't actually remember watching through nearly every episode. But I can easily count which, like, most of the references and so. Oh, frig me.
Yes.
Yes. Whenever Flipperburger defeats an opponent, he'll just say yes, like a variety of yeses. So it's no specifics to any other characters. Alright, let's get rid of this Scar. Dang it, Flipperburger, I was trying to get rid of Scar. Ow. I think in terms of character stats, though, the one character I was told that was considered the worst in terms of gameplay, which I definitely did when I played through them, is Lord Payne. Lord Payne, despite his attire and his character design, is considered the worst character to play in this game. And even the game, like, points it out, too. If you're that bad, where I think even the enemy characters are actually better than you, that's kind of saying something. It's just because his character is very kind of one note in a sense. Oh no, you don't. Take this. Nope. Goodbye. I love this gun. I love it when you get like opportunities with certain weapons, and they give big opportunities to do something stupid like that. Anyways, there's the oh, there's Puddin'. He's stuck there in the weird chicken goo stuff.
You want some of this?
And then we have freaking Ridley Bot from Alien. Ow.
Yes.
Yes! I'm just gonna save my mojo for when I defeat both of them.
Yes.
Because Freffenberger seems to be doing a lot better. Yeah, eventually this robot can be destroyed. I think this robot's only exclusive to this level in specifics. Again, there's a lot of weaponry that's only exclusive to the level you're in. There's only the weapons from the item boxes are actually the ones you get different. Oh shoot, I just blew it up by touching the lava. Oh, here comes the chicken again. I didn't realize that that Gray DeLacy actually voices Mandy. Probably should have guessed it from the tone itself, but you know, now I know in the future. Let's see the generals. Oh, maybe I should just get all the Mojo balls first. They keep knocking me out with their freaking super, with their strong attacks. Good. Smells good. You know, I'm just gonna. Oh, never mind. The chicken stopped me. The chicken stopped the fire somehow. I like how whenever a character's about to die, I'll say instead of health, they said ham, which is the usual, like, is a standard health item in this game specifically. So it's really funny. I should skip the opening cutscene. Oh, well, first is gonna deal with General Scar. Yes. There's a funny glitch you can do with Burger where, with his regular Mojo, like level 1's Mojo Bar special, if, oh shit. You can sometimes get left behind. Oh, never mind, I got in somehow. If you get left behind in the level transition, you'll lose a lot of health in the process. What was I gonna say again? But, with Burger's special, if you, like, counter his Mojo with your own Mojo meter, because if you have a... If you use the level 1 Mojo bar, but if the opponent uses their Mojo bar, that's level 1, you can counter that and stop that at any time. But if you do it right before when Burger's using his trunk will instead, like it was inflating during the animation, but it will stay like that until he's defeated. Or maybe he's, like, knocked off screen. Why you keep falling off? This is gonna waste a weapon. Oh yeah, sometimes weapons will, all the time, weapons will have a set of time to be used and just to appear. You were asking for it. Oh, time to take me down. Take on Dennis! Smooth moves! Alright, I'll let Burger try taking her down. Nah, I'll do it myself. Whoop. Interesting thing, if you set this mode to anything but easy, he said to only easy, your button combination of eliminating opponents will stay relatively the same, which is just B all over.
Wow! I sure am glad the school bus got away from the giant chicken and didn't blow up like the school bus in horror.
Alright, we're nearly close to ending the story mode. I had to take a text from my sibling. Burning the house down, which is just Billy's house in the back. Yeah, we're very close to the end of the story mode. Just go ahead and plug that back in.
Dracula here.
Not like I bridge of the day.
Breaking things makes me feel so alive!
Alright, enough with the quotes.
2, 1, fight!
Yeah, usually the second to last match is a free-for-all compared to all the team matches you actually do with our single match. However, what's interesting about the stage in particular is that we have the living tree from one of the early episodes, one of the episodes from season 2. Hitting them will usually spin off an item, which usually is easier for you to increase your Mojo meter. But there's also other areas you can access that will give you more Mojo meter once we get to the transition of the stage. This only has one transition, but it's a transition with a funny turret to use. I'm gonna go skip the credits because I've already done the credits and unlocked the character that requires the credits. If you manage to beat all the story with every character, like every playable character, like all the way through, you have to destroy every single credit in the credit scene to unlock one of the enemy characters. Alright, there goes Mogar. Oh, no, get away from me! Because we're all gonna kill each other with fire now. I can't unthink Irwin without thinking of Salty Dan DK's video. Salty DK Dan's video of him and his friends all quoting Irwin's voice, quoting everything in Irwin's voice. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die from the fire. Something cooking! It smells good!
I don't smooth, man.
Interesting about this, since this came out right before the final season, Erwin, when he defeats Dracula, says, "I'm allergic to vampires," which, you know, will be nullified once, after the release of the Helsing episode, Van Helsing episode, and also Under Fist afterwards. I think Dracula appears a lot more often after that episode appears, and it relates to Erwin's family. The one character I know that they never appear after the first episode they aired. Alright, it's waiting for Erwin to spawn in. Bam! Get that smooth moves! Now that I think of it, I might not be able enough to reach the boss. But then again, that could be fixed now because I put them all to 0. Oh yeah, funny fact, fun thing you can do with the Cerberus turret, if they eat a clown, not only will the explosion appear, the clown explosion will appear depending on where they died, but they will also have like the enemy death cloud in the butt area, so it's like they fart them out. This is cheap, but honestly, it's gonna make this whole thing faster.
Hey, Mandy! Do you think I'm hot now?
Oh wait, hold up. Oh, never mind. The cookie's gone. Ouch! Oh my God! Get away from me! Get away! See ya! Uh oh. Oh, is Erwin gonna cancel that? Yeah, he's gonna cancel that. Alright. Ouch! Oh, he's trying to get rid of Erwin. Tita's grandson. Well, future. There's when it comes to the finishing special, there's one I later laughing a lot, and that's specifically if you're using Jack or Grim. One of their specials, they use like a spinning attack, which of course keeps attacking the opponent, which keeps making them, you know, quote there when they get the hurt quotes. You can just stop there and just keep hearing them get hurt. I think that also applies to Neural too.
Dracula wins!
Alright, we reached the final boss. Guess who the final boss is? It's the meteor from the, dang, what were they called again, actually? I forgot what they were called again. Let me go look it up. Voltaire! Voltaire's, Brains playthrough. Because they were originally assigned to do a bunch of Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy music, even though they want to do their own things for a while afterwards, I think. But they're mostly known because of their music in Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, particularly the Big Boogie Adventure movie, and of course, this episode.
Medio, don't be telling Dracula what to do. Dracula was born knowing what to do.
Out of the sky. Oh yeah, what? Whoop! Uh-oh. When he does that, he'll gain health in the process. And give me some rays. I love this song. Nope. This boss is a joke, but it's a fun joke, no doubt, because you get to hear Voltaire again. Anyways, goodbye. You're gonna see the end of the boss fight because the episode's about to end. Goodbye.